people, it's Tolu again. Do you know how people on social media always say that get a dummy ticket when you're applying for a visa, but nobody ever seems to talk about how you get the dummy ticket? So you're probably watching this because you've been wondering, how do I get a dummy ticket? So I'm here to tell you what most people will not tell you. If you've been thinking of applying for a visa but you don't want to spend the full money on getting an actual ticket, now it's totally up to you if you want to apply for a visa with an original ticket. That means this video is not for you, so just scroll away. Scroll. Is everybody else still here? Exactly. So this video is for you. I've been using this website for about 4 years now to apply for my dummy ticket, and somehow they get it. I initially used to use them to book my hotel and my flights, but eventually I have figured that your booking.com reservation works just fine. A few embassies, especially in the UK, would want you to submit receipts that you actually got a ticket. Embassies like Greece, embassies like Malta, they want to see the actual ticket. So it could be a little bit of a hassle on navigating that region. Typically, the first thing I will do if I'm traveling within Europe is check budget airlines and see if they've got affordable flights. We all know that airlines within Europe actually get flights for as low as 10 to 15 pounds. So if I'm traveling within Europe, for example, Dublin, I would rather check Ryanair if they've got a flight for 20 pounds for a return ticket, and get that instead of using a dummy ticket. So now that we're clear on that, most times for my visas, especially if the flights are slightly more expensive for travels within the Schengen area, if a few embassy also wants to see that you have booked a ticket. For example, I did a video on applying for an e-visa to Malaysia, and I said in that video that I had to book a dummy ticket to prove to them that I was actually going to Malaysia, because I wasn't about to spend extra money on buying a new ticket after my Vietnamese visa. It wasn't refused. My Vietnamese visa wasn't refused. It was more like they had stopped issuing visas to Nigerians. If you want to save yourself the hassle of buying a real ticket instead of something you can just reserve, and you know what works? What works is if you check this ticket online, the booking is actually available. So why not save yourself some money? So having said that, all you need to do is go on this website and click on the flight only option. When you click on the flight only option, it gives you the option fill in your name as it is on your passport. Now that bit is very important. You just have to fill it in like you're booking an actual ticket, so there's no discrepancy. You fill in your name as it is on your actual passport. You determine if you want to buy a one-way ticket or a return ticket. But we all know for the purpose of visa applications, you have to buy a return ticket. And obviously put in your departure date, your return date, and all of that. It's all this marketing gimmick. They would obviously ask you if you want travel planner or some other help with your visa application. If you know you do not need any help, I've not tried any other service they've got, so it's totally up to you to determine if you want to use them for other services. So usually they ask when you need the flight. You can decide you need it later when it's closer to your travel date, or you can decide you need it now. I usually click I need it now because when I'm filling this document, I am mostly filling it when it's closer to my visa application date anyway. Then they ask you, what do you need the visa for? You say you need it for visa purpose. I always fill for visa purpose. But if you know you need it for any other purpose outside of visa purpose, you can also use this website for it. It is very straightforward to also pay the bills. I think I usually use PayPal to pay. Occasionally I try to use my card for this payment, but sometimes my card doesn't work, and I just feel safer using my PayPal details for a third-party website like this. I've been using this website since 2019. and I've had no problem with this website at all. And it's funny how they've actually not increased their prices since then. Anyway, if you've got better alternatives for applying for dummy tickets online, let me know. Better alternatives, or maybe cheaper alternatives. I'm pretty sure I mean cheaper alternatives, not better. When I say better, not like the service is better, it's definitely cheaper. If you've got any website that gives you a cheaper alternative for dummy tickets, kindly let me know in the comment section. And if you've watched to this level, why haven't you subscribed yet? If you've not subscribed at this time, I'm just gonna say you're a hater. Okay, you're not, but please subscribe, like, and drop a comment. And if it was, share to your friends so they don't also have to struggle when they're applying for a visa. I'm doing very hard work here, guys. Kindly subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.